Hey guys. Today I really want to help you guys out. You know, second semester for us college students is up and coming. For me particular, I am a freshman nursing major and a transfer student for this next semester. So it's going to be very important on how I study, how I get everything done to keep and maintain my 4.0 GPA. And I'm going to tell you guys how I got my 4.0 GPA and how I plan to maintain it throughout 2024. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Number one, the most important tip I can give to anybody that's trying to become an academic weapon and trying to get their GPA right is find a study method that works for you. There's many different study methods out there, and it's very important to navigate and try different things and then see what works for you. And you actually have to give that method a certain amount of time to get those results that you're looking for. My favorite study method that I use is like watching videos. I have a whiteboard and you just write down your notes or whatever you're trying to learn. Something that doesn't really work for me is rereading things. I have to do something to plug it into my mind to remember. So just find something that works for you. Some people have to study for long periods of times. Others have to study for short. Other people like flashcards. It's like a ton of different things, and you just have to find what really works for you personally in order to see those results. Number two, you have to find an ideal study time if you want to have good grades, or you want to have a good GPA, or you want to do good on your next quiz or your test or whatever. You have to find an ideal study time. I think as long as you set aside a time, whether it's before you go to bed, early in the morning, before classes, lunch, whenever you want to find it. It's like, don't be trying to multitask any ton of different things. You have to give your focus to your schoolwork in order to see those results that you are looking for. Number three, this is probably the most important tip I can give you in order to be successful in college or even in high school. Ask for help. I mean, seriously. I was taking chemistry last semester in college. It was organic, inorganic, and biochemistry all together in one class. And I got a 93 in there, 92, 93. And I was so proud of that. And I still am so proud of it. But the number one thing that really helped me be successful that not many of my classmates did was go to office hours. I mean, seriously. People say it and say it and say it and say it, and I'm going to say it again. Go to office hours. I mean, I went to office hours after the first class. After the first lecture, I was like, I'm going to need some help. So I went to my professor and I was like, hey, Dr. So-and-so, like, I'm struggling. Can you explain this to me? And she explained it, and she was very happy that I came. So I would say right out the gate, first class, after the first lecture, go to office hours, meet her, say hello, hi. She will remember your name. He or she will remember your name. He or she will remember you and know that you're trying and that you're reaching out to all of your resources. And if you want that grade pulled up a little bit, she might do that for you. He or she might do that for you. Number four, another thing that really helped me out a lot when I was in my first semester of college was teaching myself. Now, I know, like I said, I feel like I do better individually learning and studying, but some people prefer groups, and that's understandable. Whatever works for you, like I said, that goes back to number one of having a correct study method that works for you. Well, for me, like I said, I like doing things individually when it comes to studying. I'm typically an independent person, so I would say another study tip that will really help out is teaching yourself. Even if you don't know what you're talking about, pull up those PowerPoints, look at them, pull up your notes, and read them out loud and explain them like you know what you're talking about. And eventually, you'll know what you're talking about. I know it sounds crazy, but trust me, it works. I really recommend you guys invest in a whiteboard and some expo markers. Y'all, it doesn't have to be like a really big one or anything really fancy or anything, but just like a little, rectangle whiteboard. It will really help you. You write your notes out on there. For math, you're not using all kinds of papers and killing the trees. Get you a whiteboard, right? You can explain stuff, write stuff on the whiteboard, explain it. How does it happen? What goes on? Definitions, all this different stuff. Really, teach somebody else or teach yourself or both, and you will see a difference. I promise. Pinky promise. Number five, I would say, is watch videos. I cannot tell you how many times, I know I keep talking about this chemistry course, but it was difficult. Every single chapter, you just type in whatever you're looking for and he pops up, right? And he also does like math, I believe, too, and stuff like that. So like, anyway, find you a good YouTuber or whatever, and for whatever course you're taking, there's one out there, I promise, that's gonna explain everything to you. It might show you a different method than your teacher used. Getting taught by multiple people, I think, helps a lot. I know also with science courses in college that have labs, you have like your lecture and then you might have a different lab teacher. And then also if you're watching videos, you know, you'll have multiple different people explaining it different ways and different methods and things like that that can really help you to understand. Like if you didn't understand your lecture teacher, then you might understand your lab teacher. If you don't understand neither one of those, you'll find somebody on YouTube that you understand. Also on TikTok, but I prefer YouTube because YouTube has longer explanations than TikTok. So yes, find you a good YouTuber that talks about whatever subject that you're struggling with your course. Number 6, I think this one, I know I've been saying a lot of them are number 1. This is the most, no. This one takes the W, y'all. The number 1 thing. If you do everything else on this list and you don't do this, you're gonna fail. Sorry, I hate to break it to you. Go to class. Go to class. I don't know about y'all schools, but I know the school I went to my first semester of college, you get a total of, I think it kind of varied, I think like 3 to 5 absences, period, the whole semester. So I really recommend going to class. Try not to miss any lectures. If you're sick, if you have an emergency, save those absences for that. Do not just miss class because you don't feel like getting out of bed. Don't do it. Don't do it. Go to class if you want good grades. Number 7, make sayings and songs that go with your notes and definitions and all those things. I'll even give y'all an example. When I was studying chemistry on the periodic table, you know how you have halogens and noble gases. Noble gases, I remember that they were the taller one because I made Noble and Nolan. The name Nolan, I was like, Nolan is taller than halogens. And so that kind of just was like, okay, halogen, Hallie's a girl, so she's shorter than Nolan, which is noble gases. I don't know. It worked. I did it for a lot of different classes, not just chemistry. So seriously, create sayings, create words. It doesn't matter. You don't have to tell anybody. Just remember it. Number 8, give yourself breaks. Do not sit down and study for 8 hours at one time and you like come out of there eye bags, head hurting. Don't do that. Do not do that. I would definitely recommend like breaking up smaller periods. I'm not gonna say small. For me personally, I broke my studying up into about 2-hour increments. And if I ever catch myself like zoning out or just not feeling it, having a headache, hungry, thirsty, whatever it is, I stop. Go fulfill whatever I have going on. If I have a headache, I'm gonna go lay down for a little bit. If I'm hungry, I'm gonna go grab a bite, whatever. Taking mental breaks and realizing and being very self-aware. Number 9, get sleep. I know it's like this big thing in college or in grad school, even like dentistry school, med school, different things like that. It is kind of common that people stay up late at night studying. Do not stay up until 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and you have 8 a.m. Just don't do it, okay? It's not worth it. You're not gonna remember it. So get some rest and get some sleep. If you don't, you'll probably perform worse than if you did rest. Could be wrong. There are some people out there who do stay up late and study a lot late at night and wake up with only 3 hours of sleep and they perform great. So, but I would recommend do not do that. Get your rest, take care of your mental health, and take care of your body. Number 10. Lastly, you can follow every single thing on this list. All 9 things that I've listed before. You can follow all of those. But if you don't follow the last one, then you will see no results. You have to be disciplined. You can't just write out a whole plan of how you're going to do everything and you're going to do it, and you have the plan. You have to follow the plan. I understand you want to go to a party. I understand that you're you know, wanting to go here, you don't feel like it, you want a nap. You know, I understand all of that, but you do have to get your priorities straight. And clearly school must be something as a high priority to you. If you're watching this video, you want to better yourself, I applaud you for that, but you have to be disciplined. It's not always fun. You have to sit in. You have an exam on Monday, start studying on Thursday or Wednesday. You might have to stay in that weekend. It's just part of it. You have to be disciplined. You have to create self-discipline. You have to follow your routine. You have to follow your schedule. You have to get your studying in. You can't overwhelm yourself in the last minute and think that's going to save you every single time, because it's not. So guys, that about wraps up these tips and tricks for how to become an academic weapon this year in 2024. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I wish you all good luck, blessings, abundance in 2024, and especially the last half of this academic year. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Check me out on all my socials down below. Let me know what other videos you guys want to see. And yeah guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye. But I'll be on it always, always.